Hi, my name is Tony Parkins. I'm the proud cruise director of Cruise and Maritime Voyages, and I'd like to tell you about how our multi-generational cruises came about. We found that whilst most of the cruises were adult only, there was a desire and a demand from our guests who asked if there was any way that they could bring on their children, and in many cases grandparents also, because a lot of our clientele were older. They too wanted to bring on their children and their grandchildren. So we found a perfect opportunity with both the school holidays, whether it's half term or whether it was the summer holidays, to actually put this together. It took time, it took patience, but it came together and it was an absolute and an enormous success, and we loved it.
It certainly is going to be another night of production entertainment as we proudly now present a series of fabulous songs representing countries from all around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, Bon Voyage!
Welcome to the Columbus Collection, an opportunity for our departments to showcase their respective talents. Here we're moving into the Indian fusion. Food on board is really important. Now, whilst our guests enjoy our excellent extensive menu, often if there's a special occasion, they like to just have something different. So you look like you're enjoying this food here, the looks of it. They're trying to persuade him
to come and try his first ever Indian meal.
If we can convince them, and we'll maybe report back to see if this gentleman has his first Indian meal whilst aboard the ship. I tell you, I had a curry so hot once. It was it wasn't a vindaloo, it was a to the loo. Oh, do you like the shoes?
Check out the shoes. Look at that. He's got style, ain't he, Lucian? He's got style.
Oh, the room was completely black. Our heart she hung back like the fantasy quote. Ain't that alone in my home? My head keeps spinning. I go to bed and keep running. If this is just the beginning, my life is gonna be. Welcome back. As I mentioned before the break, we are now going to talk about solo travelers. Are you a solo traveler? What does that mean for you? It means that you can have your own cabin.
We have received a letter at midnight last night from Buckingham Palace. I will make this available. I'll speak with our GSM and we will make sure that you get a copy that you can take home. But this is the letter. Oh, I'm so proud. For you, our guests. Buckingham Palace. Right at the top, I'll show you. There it is, can you see it? Parkins Palace. Here it is. 5th of June 2019. Dear Mr. Parkins, I have been asked to thank you for your kind message on behalf of the Captain Ilias of the Marco Polo, and those associated with Cruise and Maritime Voyages, sent on occasion of the 75th anniversary of the D-Day landings. Her Majesty appreciated your thoughtfulness in writing as you did, and in return has asked me to send her warm good wishes to all who are concerned. How about that, ladies and gentlemen, from Her Majesty the Queen.
So we visit a lot of countries being on a ship. It's wonderful, and so many of the stories I'd like to share come from fellow guests. I remember we were in Norway and there was a story that the taxi driver told me, and I'll share it with you now. It goes like this. The taxi driver said there was a couple when they gave birth to a little baby, and they called the baby Odd, O-D-D. But as the child grew older, people were taking the mickey out of little Odd. They used to say, "Oh, you're a little odd." He didn't like this. As he grew older, people even continued to take the mickey out of him even more. And when he had his own children, even his own children took the mickey out of him. He said enough is enough.
He's 70 years of age now, and he's still fed up with people taking the mickey out of his name, Odd. So what he said to his wife, what I'm going to do is I'm going to die, of course, in the next few years, but what I want to do is I want to die in total anonymity. I don't want anybody ever knowing I was here. I've been fed up for nearly 70 years of everybody taking the mickey out of my name. And then she said, whoa, whoa, whoa. Well, what do you want me to do? He said, what I want you to do is I want you to bury me in a corner of the graveyard, and I want you to put a tombstone. And on the tombstone, I don't want any inscriptions whatsoever. I want it to be completely blank on a white marble tombstone. Completely blank. No inscriptions. Do I make myself clear? She said, yes, dear. And then, funny enough, 3 weeks later, Odd died. He did. It was so sad, but for poor Odd, it didn't really work, his anonymity, because people would walk into the graveyard. You're not getting ahead of me here, are you? You're going to nick me punchline here, aren't you? And they'd walk in, and they'd see that tombstone in the corner, see all the others with inscriptions, and see that one without inscriptions, and they would say, I can't believe it, you nicked the punchline. Yes, that's exactly what they would say. That's odd. They really are an excellent lineup of senior officers and heads of department of the Marco Polo.